Hi guys, Tracy here with a small shopping haul for you guys, and I'm also going to talk about some books that I bought as well, and talk about some resources that I think are really good investments for a scrapbooker who's interested in doing some artsy things like journaling and drawing and stuff. So over here I have some Jane Davenport stuff that I bought at Michael's. I went shopping with my great friend Stephanie Hart, and she helped me pick out some supplies. She made sure I didn't miss anything that I needed. And I also got a couple of staples, and then we went to the bookstore and got some books before we went to the movie and out to dinner, so we had a really great time yesterday. Really wanted to share this stuff with you guys. So let's just get the boring stuff over with first. I got another Tombow Mono Multi liquid glue because it's my favorite and I go through it a lot, and this one is getting pretty to the bottom. I like to pick up a new one before my old one runs out so I'm not left in the lurch, so it was time for that. Then I got a We Are Memory Keepers typecast replacement ribbon. This is this exact same ribbon refill cartridge that goes in my, what do I have? A Brother Charger 11 typewriter. That's that yellow one that you guys see me using. It also, of course, fits in the We Are Memory Keepers typecast typewriter, but mine doesn't work, so I won't be using it in that until whenever they replace it. So I did get this typewriter ribbon because I really like this turquoise color. It's like that indigo that Stampin' Up! Calls it Island Indigo, this beautiful color of blue. It's one of my favorite shades of blue. I'm not a big blue person, but I really do like that color of blue. And so it has the half of the ribbon is black and half of the ribbon is that really beautiful blue color. Thought about getting the pink too, but you know what? This is really, really expensive typewriter ribbon. And from what I hear, it's not very long. So I just couldn't afford to buy two, so I just bought one. I really would have loved to have the pink as well. I don't need every color, but I think I would do some nice, beautiful typing in pink too. So next time I splurge on something like this, I'll probably pick up the pink. And then my Michaels didn't have all of the Jane Davenport stuff that I wanted. I really want her watercolor pans, but I am going to have to be patient because it wasn't there and who knows when they're going to arrive. But I did pick up some of the other things. Stephanie Stephanie supported my purchase of this, which I wasn't actually going to buy, but I think that she made a really good point, and so I will tell you what she said, because I'm no expert on watercolor or painting. I'm really just I have played with watercolor for several years, but I'm really just now learning some actual techniques, and I really haven't even started to learn actual techniques yet, but I've bought some books and I'm signing up for some classes, and I'm going to learn some actual watercolor techniques. I've taken other art classes where I've learned to draw faces and learned about shading faces with paint, but they were so long ago that one of the things that I forgot was that a lot of the acrylic paint that I have in my stash has a shiny, glossy finish to it, and it's much, much easier to shade a face when you're working with a matte surface. And so this is acrylic. This is matte acrylic paints, and you can get matte acrylic paints by different brands. As Stephanie tells me, it is much easier to shade, apparently, using matte acrylic paints. So I went ahead and picked it up because I am pretty sure I'm going to want these at some point. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not drawing faces yet, and that's why I have these stamps, but it is in my list of things that I really want to learn this year, is how to draw a face pretty consistently. And I have been practicing. I read this thing about draw faces every day, now these are like horrible faces, so and they're copied too, but this idea of just slightly changing these are terrible. I'm really not very good at this, but I'm copying a lot and I am drawing a lot, and this is from a book that I just got, and I'm just trying to, I think that the more I draw, even if I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, I just think that the more I draw, the better I'll get at drawing, and also I'll get better at developing my own look about my drawings. Right now my drawings are really kind of random. I don't have good like in my head, I want it to look this way, and then I draw it and it looks completely like I want a really round, fat face, and I end up drawing like a really skinny face, and I can't seem to get the message from my brain into my fingers to like make it go that way. I have good motor control, so I don't know what is wrong. I think I just need to practice, practice, practice and get that muscle memory for getting the shapes the way that I want them to be. So right now I am like way, way, way beginner level. So, you know, making beautiful faces that I need as special paint for, I'm a ways away from that. But I one of these in my stash just so that when I'm ready for them I can play. So thanks to Stephanie for that idea, because I wouldn't have ever thought about having matte paint for faces. And it's one of those things that if you sit down and you're feeling creative and then your supplies are getting in the way because you don't have the right supplies, I mean, usually you can just make something work in your stash, right? But I have had that experience before where it just makes you feel frustrated and discouraged with your work if you have the absolute, like the wrong supplies in a specific way. So anyhow, that's how I justify a splurge on paint that I'm not going to use today or tomorrow, but I'm aiming to probably start this kind of stuff in maybe like March or April, maybe after Crop and Create. So sometime in early April, maybe I might start with faces. I want to kind of do some other stuff first. I've set some goals for myself for what I want to learn this year. This year is going to be all about growing my skills. I'm going to try to expand into some areas that I haven't dabbled in a consistent way before, and that's what these books are about. So I should also say what comes in this box, besides just saying I bought it to put it away for later. It comes with this cute little paintbrush. It's a flat paintbrush, great for shading. And it's cute. It has Jane Davenport's name on it. And it's a cute little color. And of course, the 3 tubes of paint. It also comes with this really cute stencil. So you could line this with pencil and then paint it, or you could paint a blotch and then line pencil over top of it and get kind of like that chunky painterly kind of a look. And so I thought that this was really a fun thing to get. So I bought these 3 sets of acrylic stamps, and I have mentioned before that I very much prefer photopolymer stamps over acrylic stamps. These are acrylic stamps, and in other videos in the past when I've talked about stamp storage, and at one point I went through my stamp collection and I pretty much purged almost all of my acrylic stamps and just kept the photopolymer because I just had so many stamps, and when photopolymer stamps give me such a better stamping experience. They stick to the block a little bit better, and they tend to hold ink a little bit better. Not a whole lot, but I had so many that when I was purging, I just decided to purge out all of the acrylic. I did keep a couple of acrylic stamps that I just really, really loved the shapes of, so I kept some Amy Tan ones, and I kept a couple of other like really specific acrylic stamps that I just loved. One of the benefits of acrylic stamps, however, is that they're quite a bit less expensive. And so if these had been photopolymer, I probably would have had to choose one of these 3 sets, and I probably would have chosen this set. But since they were acrylic, I initially just picked up this one, and then I looked at the price and I thought, wow, you know, like I could have fun playing with these ones too. So I just got all 3 sets because it made good sense to me, given that I'm trying to learn. I have one of my goals is to try to learn how to draw my own faces. I'm thinking that maybe this won't be a very long phase, like I might not need to stencil and stamp my own faces for too long. And so if I can learn to draw a face, then I could phase these out and maybe pass them on to another crafter who doesn't want to learn how to draw their own faces. So I went ahead and bought all 3 of these acrylic stamp sets, and I'll show them to you. So this set of 4 faces, each face is a single stamp. And then this one is, you can tell it's a single stamp with a face on it. I really like these chunky, not very detailed faces. That's what I really want to master, is just kind of like the shaded face look. And then I got this, and this was, as I mentioned, the one that I was the most excited about, and if I had only bought one, it would have been this one. And so the way this works is all of these stamps are separate. So the sets of eyes are both connected to one another. You could cut them apart if you really wanted to play around with different looks. You know, this is designed to be a fairly realistic face, so it has everything proportioned the way that it's supposed to be. So the eyes will be about halfway down the face, and the top of the ear lines up with the edge of the eyebrow, and then the nose will go like right at the bottom of the ear, and then you could put your little mouth right there, and it's set up to be really realistic looking. But if you wanted to play around with different looks, like spreading out the eyes or putting the eyes really close together, just play around with it, you could always cut these in order to have more flexibility. But like I said, if you wanted a realistic looking face, you should probably leave them together because it's designed to be spaced properly for the size of the head that is provided. And so the outline of the face and the eyebrows and the ears and even the little beginnings of a neck are all included on the main stamp. And then after you stamp that, you can go in. It gives you 4 different kinds of noses, 4 different kinds of eyes, and 4 different kinds of mouths. And so you can play around with a whole bunch of, you can have, I don't know how many different permeations there would be here, but lots of different options in terms of stamping faces that are unique to your project. And that's one of the benefits of having a stamp set like this as opposed to a stamp set like this. If you're putting a whole lot of faces in your book, it's going to get repetitive if all I have are 3 different options, or 1 different option. So it's nice to have this where you can really mix and match, and you could even like make her look like she's winking by combining some of these. Like these 2 look like they might combine nicely. Like you could stamp this eye and then that eye on the other side of it so that it looks like she's winking. That might be really cute. Then I got the tissue paper. I've already opened it and can't get it back into the box. Opened it wrong. You're supposed to, Stephanie showed me, you're supposed to like open it this way and then you can pull out from both packs, but from both stacks. But basically this set comes with 2 stacks of, I'm calling it tissue paper, but they are napkins. They're basically just napkins. So you can make your own call about whether this is really worth paying money for. They're not cheap. So, you know, you have to kind of decide for yourself if this is the kind of thing, if you're always into your media and always playing with paints and have lots of scraps, it would be pretty easy to make a piece of paper like this. All you'd have to do is take a plain napkin or a piece of paper towel and just, you know, make some rectangles with it. When you use these as a collage, it is pretty important that you take the backside off of it. I haven't watched any of the Jane Davenport videos that are online, but apparently there's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube for you to watch to see ideas for playing with this product. I just haven't had a chance to watch enough videos yet. I haven't been watching much lately, but as I said, this might be a bit of a splurge, and you might be, if you're a real DIYer or if you're already into mixed media, you may already have the supplies to be able to make these sorts of things for yourself. But I just like this. I like that I could just kind of grab it, even though I do have these kinds of scraps laying around. I certainly, you know, like I could have made this myself. And if all that this included was this kind of stuff right here, like if these were the only kinds of images that were included, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But it's because of the faces that I decided to buy it, because these are just beautiful. Look at them. They're so pretty. I will, even though I've just messed them all up, I'll try to show you everything that comes in a set in case you were trying to decide. So you get what looks like 4 of each print, 4 folded napkins, and they open up to 10 by 10. And this is one of the prints. This is another one of them. It's kind of like a blue and green splotchiness. So there's a color swatch one, a blue and green splotchy one, and then another color swatch that looks like this with lots of yellows and blues and a few pinks. Then we've got pink and purple splotches. And again, if this is the kind of stuff that you're into, you could pretty easily make these with a set of plain napkins from the dollar store and then just flick a bunch of mist from your Heidi Swapp or Mr. Huey's collection, and there you go. Let it dry, and you've got the same thing, right? But I just don't have the artistic skills to be able to do something like these, for example. And I really like that they're on napkins. It kind of gives you that idea, that feeling like it's real ephemera that somebody jotted on in a... it's so pretty. Look at that, it's so pretty. I love it. And then this one is all different stages of faces. Really, really pretty. And then another paint swatch one, and this paint swatch one has some faces and a phrase in it too. Oh, look at this, it's so pretty. Laughter is a smile with the volume turned up, and then look at these people. Oh, they're so cute. You could totally like tear or cut these out and put them on things. You could collage them with a bit of matte medium. And like I said, I'll encourage you to check out the YouTube videos for this. I'll try to find the link, and I need to watch them myself, so I'll find the link and leave it in the information section below. So the package does show you all that you get, and you get 4 of each of those prints, and like I said, they're 10 by 10. I think these are going to be fun to play with. I got another pencil pouch, so I thought that this was just really fun colors, and I like the face on it. It comes with this zipper. The zipper is a little cheap, like it's kind of that really bright gold, very, you know, fake looking, but it has this cute little tassel on it. It's actually really cute. I like the colors in the tassel. It's like a faux suede type of a tassel. This pencil case looks like it's kind of waterproof, and if you get paint on it or something, you could easily wipe it off, which is nice about it. So I also bought the paper, which is 8 by 9.5. If you went this way, you could make your own traveler's notebook-ish types of journals with it, and that's what I was sort of thinking about doing with this, was kind of hacking it all up. Some of them are just too beautiful to hack, but like for example, if I wanted to put this girl on one of my pages, I could cut her out, like even, and include this and score it right here, and then have that be like a little insert or something, or just collage it into this book already. We've got this paper here with lots of stripes. This one here that's basically just a watercolor background. That's the kind of thing that I would like to make journal pages out of. This one here, so pretty. Some of these I just want to put up on my wall. That one is a pretty background. Another pretty girl. Look at the colors. Aren't they just completely up my alley? Like, how could I not buy this? There's that bathing suit girl. Make time for your art. More stripes. Wow, lots of different designs, eh? And then it starts to repeat. Oh, no, not yet. It doesn't start to repeat yet. Haven't seen this one yet. It does repeat at some point. Yeah, here's where it starts again. So, isn't it beautiful? So you get 2 each of what looks like 24, because there's 48 pages in it, and it does repeat once. I will show these washi tape next. And these were probably my biggest splurge. These were the things that I wasn't planning to buy, but once I saw them in person, they were just so pretty, I couldn't not buy them. There's 3 different eyes over and over again. If you're wondering how many are in it before it repeats, there's 3 eyes. Yeah, 3 different mouths. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 noses. 3 sets of eyes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 sets of eyes. Three different mouths. So these items are exclusive to Michaels at this point, and I think you can also get them on her website, which is based in Australia. So that's good news for you Aussie viewers out there. You can get it pretty easily. They are sold out at most Michaels. It's kind of hit or miss whether they have it at your Michaels. Some of their more popular products like the mermaid pens and the watercolors are pretty much sold out as soon as they come in to most Michaels. So, did I show them all now? There is another set of eyes here, even skinnier eyes, yeah. That's the set of washi tape you get. Oh, there's, right. So you get 7 rolls in one set. And then these ones, those ones are all faces. And then these ones, oh, look at this. So this is the length of the pattern. It includes 3 mermaids who repeat, or actually 4 mermaids. Are you seeing that? I can't tell from where I'm sitting if this is focusing or not. There. There we go. Beautiful. Really cute floral pattern here. I'm not going to open each one because it's clear now that the repeating pattern is pretty small, so you can probably see the entire pattern just by me showing you the roll. This one has some butterflies, some patterns, and a person. This one has I'm learning to fly and a bunch of doodles. This is like one of her beautiful backgrounds. This one says wishful, adventurous. I can't read all of those, but hopefully you can. Dreamy. And this is a really pretty light green pattern. So what I didn't get but really wanted to get was a set of mermaid pens and a set of watercolor pans, or 2 sets of watercolor pans. So I will keep an eye out for those at some point. I'm sure I will get them because I really want another set of watercolor pans. I do really like my koi ones, but I find that I'm outgrowing them. I'm using them more than I thought I would, and I am about to take a watercolor class. I feel like I would like a better set for some of the classwork that I'm planning to do. So then we headed over to Chapters, and I got a set of 3 Traveler's Notebook inserts. These are 80-page notebooks, and they're, to be honest, they're a little bit bigger than I wanted. Like, I'm having a hard time finding Traveler's Notebooks locally. So maybe I just have to order them online. Like these, it seems like a big investment in, like a big commitment to fill up 80 pages. I guess you don't have to fill it. How many pages are in the one I'm using right now? Oh yeah, it looks like it could be the same actually. Or pretty darn similar. Yeah, I think it might be the same. Maybe a few fewer. So I did gesso some of these pages because I had already been writing in it before I decided to use it for art. So I just wanted it to be art right from the beginning. So that's why there's gesso on some of those pages. You don't have to gesso the pages. They're actually really beautiful paper as long as you don't use too much water on it. So this video was getting really long, so what I decided to do was have the haul part, the scrapbooking supply haul part separate, and then I'll talk about the books as a separate video. So if you're interested in seeing the art journal-y books that I picked up, make sure that you check the next video on my channel, and have a really great scrappy week. Thanks for watching!